Hi, I'm professional sports handicapper Ross Benjamin reporting for the Offshore Gaming Association. That's OSGA.com, your number one source for information on the offshore sportsbook industry. That's OSGA.com. It's time for my weekly segment in which I give out my three college football underdog picks of the week. Let's get right to them. This is week 8 action. I'm recording currently Friday the 19th of October. These games all take place on Saturday the 20th, so keep that in mind in case we see any kind of line movement between when I'm recording and at the time you view this video. Let's start out with the game between the Miami of Ohio Redhawks and the Army Cadets, a game that will be played at Michie Stadium in West Point, New York. The opening kickoff time is slated for 12 p.m. Eastern Time. This line opened with Army being an 11.5 point favorite and has since come down to 8. Now, that's despite the fact that 89% of individual point spread bets have gone on Army. It's a clear indication of sharp money and big money going the way of the underdog in this contest because Army does not have, as we speak right now, any listed key personnel out with injury or suspension. So this is all money induced. And again, it's a classic reverse line movement. And we're looking at an Army team with an impressive resume. 4-2 this year. Their only two losses have come against Power 5 conference teams in Duke and Oklahoma. And those two teams, being Duke and Oklahoma, have gone a combined 10-2 this season. Miami, nowhere near as impressive a resume as Army, although after starting 0-3, the Redhawks have bounced back to cover their last 4 games and win 3 of those 4 contests straight up, with their only loss coming to Western Michigan by the narrowest of margins, 1 point. Now, after struggling in their first 3 games, not only going 0-3, but scoring just a combined 31 points in those 3 games, Miami has rebounded over their last 4 contests to average over 37 points per game, and also they have an impressive +6 turnover differential during that course of time. I'm going with the underdog here, Miami of Ohio, plus the 8 at Army. My next game is a Mountain West Conference showdown between the Fresno State Bulldogs and the New Mexico Lobos, a game that will take place at Dreamstyle Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico, with an opening kickoff time of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Currently, as we speak, New Mexico is a 13.5 point home underdog in this contest. This line did open at 16.5, and similar to the Army and Miami of Ohio game, we've seen reverse line movement here. Despite 90% of the individual point spread bets being made on Fresno State up until this point, this line has come down from the opener of 16.5 down to 13.5. This is a Fresno team right now that's red hot. They're 5-1 on the year. Their only loss coming at Minnesota, and they've gone 4-0 straight up in ATS in their last 4 games. Their last 2 contests, they gave up 3 points on each of those occasions. New Mexico will be playing with revenge stemming from an embarrassing 38-0 loss at Fresno last season. This is a New Mexico team coming off a road conference loss at Colorado State last week by the score of 20-18. That evened the New Mexico record on the year to 3-3. Very interesting straight up betting angle here. Any college football home team coming off a conference loss by 7 points or fewer, and they have a win percentage of between 450 and 550. This qualifies for this particular matchup. They've gone 72-38 straight up. That's 65.5% since 1980. Considering this backs the home team, and the home team in this instance is a double-digit underdog, it places a fair amount of betting value on that home underdog. I'm going with New Mexico plus 13.5 at home against Fresno State. Finally, a Big Ten matchup between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The game will be played at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. The opening kickoff slated for 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Currently, as we speak, Minnesota is a 4-point underdog across the board. This is a Nebraska team that's 0-6 so far this season. Boy, Jeff Frost really has to be thinking about leaving Central Florida for his alma mater after going 13-0 with Central Florida last year. His beloved Cornhuskers are just 0-6 under his leadership. You know, the last three games, this is a Nebraska team that's had 482 yards or more of total offense. However, obviously they lost all three, and they were outscored in that three-game segment, 117 to 83. Their last four contests, the Cornhuskers defense, not like the old red shirts, they're allowing 43.3 points per game and allowed 487 yards or more of total offense to the opposition. And you know, folks, here's the other thing. Since 1980, any team playing in Game 7 of the season that enters that contest with an 0-6 record, and they're playing a team that has a win percentage of 500 or better, again, Nebraska 0-6, Minnesota at this present time is 3-3, which gives them a 500 win percentage. Those teams in those situations have gone a dismal 10-66 straight up since 1980. 10-66 straight up since 1980. And those home teams, in this particular instance, I should say, the home team is a favorite in Nebraska. So a very good reason to fade the home favorite in this instance. I'm going to take the Minnesota Golden Gophers plus the 4 over Nebraska. Repeating again, my three college football underdog picks for Week 8 action. Miami of Ohio plus 8 at Army. The New Mexico Lobos plus 13.5 as a home underdog against Fresno. And the Minnesota Golden Gophers plus 4 at Nebraska. Be sure to visit my website, rbwins.com. Folks, the World Series is upon us. Right now, my 2018 Major League Baseball postseason picks are an incredible 11-2. That's sizzling hot, folks. That's rbwins.com. You could also call me direct at 781-571-0299. I employ no salespeople. It's not a hard sell, folks. Bottom line is the numbers don't lie and liars don't figure. rbwins.com. Until the next time, good luck with all your picks.